Okay, here I'm going to show you how to take apart a Vizio subwoofer. This one happens to be the Vizio 5.1.4 system setup. Here's the woofer here. Don't mind, this is my very first video I've ever posted. It's just that I looked for videos on how to do this and couldn't find any out there, so I figured I'd go ahead and make one. I've already got it ripped all apart, and I'll just show you how it goes. Now, on the top, you'll see these 4 hex screws. I've already removed them. And on both sides, you're going to have the same thing, and you need to remove these. Now, the problem with removing these is, I can show you the other one. You can see here all the glue. You're going to have a lot of glue to tear off in order to pull this apart. So you'll get the 4 hex screws out, and that's just the beginning. It takes a lot of pry work and working really down into it to take it off. If you pull too hard from, like, say right here, and you keep pulling this plastic part off, for example, like this, you keep pulling, you're going to end up cracking this. So what I ended up doing was taking a knife, starting it, and then coming right down and cutting through the glue and getting it off. Now, I've done that, like I said, on both sides, and after I did that, what happens is you take this part off, this part pops off, and this part pops off, just like that. Now, you're able to get to the subwoofer. I put a couple more screws in, let me take them out. The only reason why I had to take this apart, there was nothing wrong with it, but I live in an apartment, and I gotta be honest with you, the bass coming out of this thing, and this is coming from somebody who's been in home and car audio for 3 decades, but the bass coming out of this little woofer is really something else, and it's too loud for this apartment, and unfortunately it hasn't, even if I turn it all the way down, it's still too loud, and there's no way to shut it off completely. So what I ended up doing was just disconnecting it completely, taking these wires here, disconnecting it completely. I get plenty of bass out of the soundbar itself, and if you need to get it to any internal parts or any of the boards or anything, that's all in there as well. But I literally just did this to unplug the subwoofer. I had to do it that way because the rear surround sounds plug into the same unit right there. So that's the power, and that's the 2 surrounds. And you have to have the subwoofer powered up in order to power the 2 surrounds. That's why I just disconnected the woofer, and now I can just have the 2 surrounds playing without the woofer playing. And if I ever get to a point where I'm not in an apartment anymore, it'll be a quick fix to get this all back together. Anyways, for whatever reason you feel the need, you need to take apart a Vizio subwoofer. Like I said, this one came from the 5.1.4 setup, but I'm sure most of them are similar. This is how I had to do it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope I was able to help. Thank you all, and you have a great day.